Okay, just a quick video about this area. I think this is a future problem area on these Yarises, and if I was you, I would take this apart, clean it properly, and perhaps put some extra rust protection in there and wax, because it's already starting to go rusty. This is 2017, and yeah, so let's whip that off and have a little look. Let's whack a 10mm here. Looks like that's all that's holding it. Here we are. There we go, moisture and filth. The two things that cause the rust. See? Future problems. Future problems. And while we're on that subject, we'll have a look at this. Doing my checks. Tailgate. Look at that. See? That, my friends, is rust on the 2017. See that? All around that area. Could be because it wasn't cleaned properly. I don't really know anybody else that has one, but yeah, weak points. I'll take this off. You see? Look at that. Right now, it's not so bad. You can deal with this. Sand it back, some paint in there, protect it, put some wax over it, and it won't get any worse. So there's your answer. Look at the other side here, look. I just brushed it all out with mud, brushed all the mud out of the wheel arch. See, have a good look inside, like that with your phone. And there's our little problem area on this side. I'm going to whip that off in a sec, but let's go back to the other side. I'll just pop that one out. As you can see, I think I'm going to pull them all out and have a look, because look, I need to clean it all up. Put some more paint around that hole there. Could even wax inside the sills because of the holes. So yeah, operation maintenance, isn't it? Let's go. One thing I will say about the front end, watch this. This mount here was rusty. I've got a picture I can put in. I've already dremeled that back and put rust converter on there to make it look like that. But this is what it looked like. Insert photo of rusty mount. And then this is what it is like now. So much better. And I'm going to strip off this front end at some point. Really get in there and clean it up. Some parts don't really have a lot of paint or protection, or the bolts are rusting. That will spread. So really, you just got to stay on top of it, and then it will last forever. Look at this down here. It's filthy. Holds moisture, eats into metal, causes you rust. Even things like that. You could replace the bolts with stainless steel. Yeah. Sort that right out. Yeah, clean up all behind here, clean up the whole battery area. Lots of jobs to do on this car. I've only had it a couple months, so got lots to do. Be careful, because these can get stuck in the car and they're a pain. I used a steel rule to help me prise them out. There you go. Figure out what these are and take them out. Not good. Not good. Let's get it off. That's coming off now. Look at that. I think this is the worst one. Look. Absolutely thick with mud underneath there. All eaten into that paintwork, isn't it? So one side clean. Right, much better. And you can really see where it's building up rust there, that all in that mucky corner. I'm going to brush it out a bit more, and then I'm going to put some rust converter in there. One clean, one dirty. Look at that difference. Ready for the next stage. Some rust treatment and wax. Right, so I've cleaned it up as much as I can, and just before I actually drove it around with these off to dry it out, and I've used some of this window cleaner stuff just to give it one last clean up before I apply rust converter. I'm just gonna get all of this with rust converter, and hopefully that's gonna prolong it. After the rust converter, we'll put some paint and then wax oil in there just to make sure it lasts. Here's this one. This is definitely the worst of the two. Again, the reason I use the window cleaner is because it's like a degreaser and it evaporates quickly, a bit quicker, so that's why the last clean I use that. I don't have any degreaser white spirit, which would be ideal really. But yeah, we're gonna chuck in that converter. Hopefully, big hope, makes a big difference. That definitely looks worse there, around that bolt, look. That's the first coat. And let that sink in and then do another one. Yeah. I did under the sills as well. See all the black speckly bits? They were rust starting in the sills. And that's all been done now, all the way along on both sides. So any little bits of rust starting to form will be stopped. You've got to leave this stuff on for 48 hours before you apply paint, which I will do, and then wax oil after that. So we'll just leave it for now, keep an eye on it, and then yeah, time to paint it tomorrow or the next day even. There we are. There we go, that's after 3 coats of rust converter. It kind of goes black, and there's like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a sheen, like a lacquery kind of sheen on it now, which you can't really see. I'll go to the other side and check that. There we are. The rust has gone to a black kind of polymer. I think that's what it says when I googled it. Google it yourself if you want more details, but yeah, it turns it into something else other than rust, which protects the vulnerable parts, supposedly. So let's try that.